Hi, I'm glad you could join me today. It's a fantastic day, only because you're here. So I tell you what, let's start out today and have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with me. While they're doing that, let me show you what I've done. I've got my standard old 18 by 24 inch canvas, but you paint whatever size you want. I just use that because it's nice for the TV cameras. And I've covered the entire canvas with a thin, even coat of the liquid white. So it's all wet and it's ready to go. So let's go. I'm going to start out today with the smallest little amount of alizarin crimson. This is the last show of the 15th series. Boy, it's a lot of shows. Each series has 13 shows times 15 comes out to a group. But since this is the last show, I thought we'd just do a fantastic little happy painting, little traditional painting that just should make you feel good when you're doing it. Let's start with a little bit of this crimson and let's just put in a happy little sky here. What the heck? What the heck? Just use little crisscross strokes. Just sort of dance it in. Maybe it goes right on over. Get a little more color. Right on over. Wherever we want it. Wherever you want it. Now then, I'm gonna add a little more of the alizarin crimson and reach over here and get the least little touch of phthalo blue. Proportionately, much more crimson than blue. The blue's 100 times stronger. I want to make a nice little lavender color. Here and there, I want to put a little bit of lavender in this sky. Look at that. Wherever. Just want to really make it sparkle. Happy little sky. Just a happy little sky. There. Still using the little crisscross strokes. Like so. That's all there is to it. Okay, a little bit more of the blue. And up in here, put a little more blue. Now we're going to have a little touch of water, I think, in this painting. I like water. Hope you do. Go back into my crimson. Just get a little bit on the brush. And we'll reflect just a little of that down here if we're going to have some water. There's a little bit. Go right into the phthalo blue. And let's just put a little of that in. Just a little blue. There we are. See how that blends right into the crimson that we have. A little more blue. We'll put a little bit on this side. All we're doing is putting a little color on the canvas at this point. Really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right now we're just having a good time and enjoying. There. Let's wash your brush. We'll scrub it. There's a screen in the bottom of my can that I scrub it against. Shake off the excess. Just beat the devil out of it. Now then, with a clean, dry brush, still using little crisscross strokes, we want to blend this guy together. Very gently, very gently. This doesn't take much pressure. All we're doing is just blending it together. You don't want to be able to tell where one color stops and the next color starts. There. Okay, now when you're doing this at home, I recommend that you step back from your painting. It's very difficult to see right close up. It's really hard to see. Step back, 6-8 feet, and take a look-see. And then you can tell exactly what you have. Okay, wash the old brush one more time. I just like to wash brushes. Shake it off. There we are. Okay, let's see. We'll use a 1-inch brush. I'm going to some titanium white. Load some color into the bristles. Let's just make some very simple little clouds today. And they live in our world, they live right up here. And all I'm doing is just tapping. That's all there is to it. Just tap. See, just sort of let that little cloud just float right on off the brush, wherever you want it to go. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Just make up little stories about the little cloud that floated around, had a good time. Just sort of see him in your mind and drop him right up here. Anything that the mind can conceive, you can paint. You can paint. There. See, there's a little cloud. Maybe he's got a little friend, lives right there. As many or as few as you want in your world, just drop them in. There he goes, right on off the canvas. That might be the simplest, easiest way I've ever found of making some very gentle little clouds. Yeah, just come down here and just sort of blend out the base a little bit, just a tiny bit. There. Knock off the excess paint and very lightly, just blend it. See, don't overblend or your cloud will go away and leave you. He'll leave you stranded all by yourself. There, that's all you need. Okay, today, let's build us a nice mountain. Shoot, we'll use some black. We'll have a little touch of Prussian blue, Van Dyke brown. Put some crimson in there too. Shoot, that's a nice color. There we are. Pull it out very flat. Go straight down, cut across. So you have that little roll of paint lives right out there on the end of the knife. Okay, let's go right up in here. Watch right here. Take the knife and very firmly push in just some basic shapes. Push it very firmly. You want to try to push that paint right into the fabric. Maybe over here lives a little peak, comes out. This is your mountain, so you make it however you want it. However you want it. There we go. Maybe it comes out through here. Oh, there's another little bump. See? You're limited only by your imagination. Only by your imagination. We have no boundaries here. Total freedom. Now I'm going to take the large brush. I'm going to grab that. Because the canvas is wet, you can move the color. Let's move it. There, grab it, pull firmly. That way, automatically, it becomes lighter toward the base. The bottom of the mountain should be lighter than the top. That way, it comes out looking like all the beautiful mist that lives down there. There, just let that go right on off into the distance. We don't know where that goes. Don't care. But already, see that mountain looks like it's just sort of floating there. That's what we're looking for. Clean my brush. There we are. Okay, today let's use the little small knife. I'm going to take some white, some dark sienna, and we're just going to mix those two together. I'm going to mix several different areas. So I have, look here, see right there it's quite light. Over here it's dark. So that way I'll be able to take from each side and have a difference. Okay, cut off our little roll of paint. Got a small roll of paint. Now then, let's go up in here. I like this small knife for getting in here and doing these little delicate things. And let's just begin putting all kinds of little things out here. Okay, there they are. There they are. Okay, maybe right in here. There. Comes one, wherever you want it, wherever you think it should be. That's where it should be. Comes right on down. Let's begin working with some shadows here. I'll take some white, Prussian blue, some Van Dyke brown. I'm looking for a bluish gray color. Put some black in there too. What the heck? There, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, once again, we cut off our little roll of paint. Now then, let's go right in here and let's begin putting in the indication of some little shadows that live way back here. I want these to be quite subdued. There they are. See, they just live right in there. Have a good time. Okay. Maybe over here. Yep, you're right. There lives some nice little shadows. There, right down. Shoom. See, you can just make all kinds of son of a guns in there just by pulling downward with that knife. I like this little knife for this. It really works quite well. Now you can go back to some of your dark, and maybe here and there, you just want to put the indication of some nice, deep shadows. So you can just play light against dark, dark against light, go back and forth, forwards and backwards. Okay, now then we'll come right down here, maybe. Yep, look at that. See, there's just all kinds of things happening in here. Just sort of let them happen. Maybe this comes right on down. Zoom. Maybe they come together there. We don't know. However you want them. However you want them. That's the way they can be. And here and there we have some dark areas. You can get carried away here and just keep going and going. Tell you what, maybe over here. Maybe, you see, that comes right down in the front. Right down in the front. Maybe we'll even have these come together. But you can bring them right together, just like that. A little bit of a dark color. We'll put a deep shadow in there. Look at that. Let them son of a guns just sort of work right in there. You can just work it back and forth and back. Take a little touch of phthalo blue and white. Just want to put a little indication maybe of a little something that lives right in there. That's nice. That's nice. Right on down. Just intermingle some shadows here and there. I want some shadow over here too before I forget it. Shoom. Let it go. No pressure on the knife though. Absolutely no pressure. The most gentle touch imaginable. There. But you can make some fantastic mountains. That easy. Okay, let's take our big brush. Now very lightly, I just want to begin tapping this. Just want to tap the base of it. I want to create the illusion of mist. Very lightly. There we go. And here, maybe we'll just give it a little pull. That'll soften it and bring it all together. Looks like a nice little rocky place in there. That's maybe where the mountain goat sleeps. There, over here, sort of follow these angles. Maybe this works its way right on over. Wherever you want it. Pick up a little touch of color right there. See? So you can bring that right on out. Now then, let's have some fun. I'm going to go right into a little bit of yellow. A little yellow, reach up here, get a little touch of the sap green. Just bring them together. Maybe even a little yellow ochre in there. I like that. That's pretty. Pretty, pretty. Okay, now then, let's say maybe back here there's some little hills, some little grassy hills that climb right up the side of this mountain. See them? See them? They live right there. You knew that. There we are. But just follow the angles in your mountain. And you can create all kinds of beautiful little things. I'm going to add a little dark sienna here and there too, to that yellow ochre and cad yellow. Darken that color up just a little bit so it shows up better. There we go. Look at it. Climb that mountain. Sometimes a little bit of dark color dropped in. Just sort of play back and forth between darks and lights. And look at the basic shapes in here. In here, we said this was sort of working around like that. So that's the way this should work. A little bit climbing right up through there. Just bend those trees right around like that. Comes right on down. But you can create all kinds of beautiful effects. So easy. Over in here, follow these angles. Most important. Maybe a little bit of dark here and there. This is our shadow side of the mountain, so we want it to be a little darker overall. Just layer after layer, all kinds of things there. There. And all you need, a big 2-inch brush, and you're in business. See, that mountain already is sitting right out there in all those little green hills. Okay. Now then, we can take a clean brush. If you want to create even more mist, you can go right down here at the base with a clean brush and just tap it. Just tap the edges though, and that'll create even more mist. Always following the angles, and very lightly, just barely touching the canvas. You can blend all that together. Now maybe I'll just hang on that same old brush. We'll go into a little bit of this same dark color we made the mountain out of. What the heck, just as long as it's a good dark color. Maybe there's a little foothill that lives right there. See? You want this darker. As things get closer to you in the landscape, they should get darker and darker and darker. Darker and darker. There we go. Let this run right on off here somewhere. We don't know where it goes. But that puts another plane into the painting. Adds more dimension. Makes your painting look deeper. There. Now you can grab it and gently lift upward a little bit. It'll make it look like little distant trees that are far, far away. Far away. Ooh. There. Look at all them little rascals. Now while we have that color, let's take a little of that color and pull straight down underneath. We're going to have water. Then we need a little reflection back here. Need us a little reflection. There, just pull it down, straight down. Okay. Now, very lightly, come across. Zoom. Got to make all those little noises too, or it doesn't work. There we are. See, and we have instant reflections. Now we can take our knife, a little bit of liquid white. Okay, pull it out very flat. Then we just sort of do like that. Get a little bit on the bottom of the knife this time. Sometimes we let it on the top, sometimes on the bottom, depending on the effect we're looking for. I want to push very firmly and bend the knife. I want to make like a little bit of land, sandbar or something is projecting out here. It's far away, so it's very hard to see detail. Very, very hard. Okay, clean off my old knife. Let's have some fun. Shoot. Let's mix up a big pile of color here. We're going to have black, Prussian blue, brown, crimson, little sap green, whatever you got, as long as it's good and dark. Might as well mix up a pretty good pile. We're going to use a lot. Find a fan brush. There's one. Let's go right into that pile of dark color. Load it full of paint, a lot of paint. Maybe over here we have the indication of some little evergreens that live over here. There they are. And all I'm doing is tapping straight down. See? There you can see, super. That's all we're doing, just tapping downward. Downward, 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 that's all. There it goes. And we'll let it get smaller, smaller as it goes out here. We'll have a little peninsula of land that lives right out here. There we go. We just fill all that in with some nice dark color. Boy, I think I've made a mess. Here. There. Okay. Tell you what, maybe a couple of these trees, maybe they had a little more sunlight, a little more water, whatever. They got strong, grew big, and they stand out. Or maybe they're just old, bigger. There he is. There he is. Maybe that one right there. Just pick them out. See there? A happy little evergreen lives right there. And we can paint another one in the water upside down. Look at that. Sneaky, huh? Just drop another one in. Now then, find a big brush. Be sure it's dry. Decide where you want reflections. Because the canvas is wet, you can grab that paint and just move it. Look at that. Now then, very lightly, come across. And keep these brush strokes as straight as possible. They just won't look right if they're crooked. The water looks like it's going to run sort of yaha. That's a new word I made up. Now I'm going to take some yellow. Reach up here, get some sap green. Some of that dark color here. I want a dark color. Load the brush full. Get a little yellow ochre in there, a little Indian yellow too. What the heck? A lot of color. Now then, back in here, I want to put the indication. Just push up with the brush. Indication of some happy little grassy things that live back here in this peninsula. There, see them? There they come. There they come. Just push upward, and it makes all those little grassy things just happen. Looks like a lot of little bushes and things that are far away. Far, far away. Now, take our knife, a little bit of Van Dyke brown. We'll pull that paint out very flat, and once again, cut across to get our little roll of paint right out on the edge of the knife. We can come in here and put us on some land areas. There. Take a little bit of our brown and white. This is what was left over from the mountain. What the heck, we'll just use it. And put a few highlights here and there. There. A little touch of our liquid white. Put us a little water line into here. That cleans up the bottom, acts to separate. There. Just sort of makes it a little more pleasant. There we go. Maybe a little ripple in the water. Whatever. We don't want this side over here left out. So let's put some trees there. Back with the fan brush. A lot of color in the brush. A lot of color. Maybe there's a big tree who lives, boom, right there. Now, just the corner of the brush. You can see this one good. Just the corner of the brush. Work it back and forth. Think about a tree. Think about a tree, just like so. Sort of think about what it is you're trying to do. Try to imagine that you're a tree. How would you want to look out here? See, I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to catch a rabbit one time. My uncle told me the way to catch a rabbit was hide behind the hen house, make a noise like a carrot when he came around and grabbed him. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Okay, there's another one. Like so. There. Okay. See there? I just have another tree there. Just makes funny little noises with the fan brush. It goes pitty-pat, pitty-pat. Maybe have another one here. In your world, you decide how many or how few trees you want and drop them in. Drop them in. I like leaving areas like this open. See? You can see back behind that tree now. I would treasure that little spot. Don't lose him. Don't lose him. Let's give him a baby tree right here. A little tiny tree. He'll grow up one day, though. He'll grow up. And I'll put one more right there just to fill up this spot. There he goes. Now then, just put a lot of color right in there. Let's put some trunks in our trees. We'll use white and dark sienna. Pull it out flat, cut across our little roll of paint again. And just here and there, we'll just touch, give it a little pull as it gets bigger. There, see? Just the indication. We're not looking for a lot of detail. You wouldn't see the entire trunk because there's going to be leaves on the front, here and there. There we go. Go over here. We'll even put the indication of a little dude right there. Now then, back to our little fan brush that has the green on it. I want this to be very dark, a lot of color, okay? Now then, let's go in here and we'll just put some nice green highlights on these trees. Just wherever. Wherever you want them. There they are. I like to keep these dark though because I love the contrast that evergreens give your paintings. All right, but that's a personal choice. I think all of painting is a personal choice. There we go. You know, as this series draws to a close, I'd like to thank you. You're very special friends, and it's wonderful that you allow me to come into your homes and paint with you and to sit with you. We talk together. We know each other. It's very, very special. Very special. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's go right in here. We'll just drop in. We'll do it this way today. What the heck? We'll come right on out here. We're going to just fill this in. You could do this with a paint roller. Just put in some color. Take my large brush, tap in a little green. Look at that. See there? That easy. We'll just put some nice little soft grassy areas down at the bottom of this tree. There. But that easy. You can create a very nice painting. And the old clock on the wall tells me it's about time to go for today. And once again, I want to thank you very much for allowing me to share my world with you. I look forward to the next series, which is already under production. And until then, keep painting. And from all of us here, happy painting, and God bless, my friend.
Production of this program is made possible by a grant from the Martin F. Weber Company, manufacturers of fine artist materials, and by Langnickel, manufacturers of select artist brushes.